In 2020, Rolex released a new range of Oyster Perpetual watches with 5 new colorful dials in candy pink, yellow, green, coral red and turquoise. These dials immediately remind us of the highly collectible Stella dials from the 70s and 80s. The Oyster Perpetual was always the entry-level Rolex watch, but with the new release of the Stella dials, this entry model became highly collectible and led to longer wish lists than some of the desirable sports models. Some dealers even claimed that these Stella dials are harder to get than a Daytona. Now, I'm one of the lucky owners, and in today's video we are going to unbox and review the new Oyster Perpetual 36 in coral red. So lean back, take a coffee and enjoy the video. On my wrist today, the Explorer 124270 in 36mm. The classic green Rolex bag that contains the watch and the watch box. In addition to the watch, the receipt. I paid exactly $5,800 before tax for the watch. In addition to the watch, I received a small gift from the Rolex store. A small leather wallet. With the bright yellow, it fits well to the watch. And here's the watch box. The typical outer cardboard box with the embossed Rolex crown. Inside we have the protection foam and underneath the green Rolex watch box. Let's open it. And here is the watch, guys. The coral red Oyster Perpetual 36mm reference 1260000007. In addition to the watch, the box contains the user manual, which explains how to set the watch, how to take care of it, and contains some after-sales information. And the warranty booklet at the back of the green leather pouch. Next we have the warranty card. I bought this watch on the 21st of May. Of course it is the new style warranty card. Underneath the watch we have the small plastic bag that contains a few more accessories to the watch. My AD always packs them nicely into this bag so nothing gets lost or scratches the watch inside the box. The hang tag to the watch with reference and serial number. I think, especially for this watch, the hang tag will be quite important in the future, as we see more and more aftermarket dials nowadays. From the full reference, which you can see on the hang tag, you can check which dial was originally placed in the watch. The chronometer seal, the bezel protector, and one additional link to the watch that got removed for sizing it to my wrist. Let us check the dimensions of the watch. The case diameter is 36mm, the case thickness is 11.6mm, the lug-to-lug length is 43mm, the bracelet starts at 20mm and tapers down to 15mm. The weight of the watch is 120 grams with one link removed. The watch comes with the Oyster bracelet, which has a brushed finishing on top and underneath, and the sides of the bracelet are polished. The strong tapering gives the bracelet a refined look. The clasp is a folding Oyster clasp with 5mm easy comfort extension in the inside. So this means if your wrist expands a little bit, let's say you have some humid weather, then you can easily expand the clasp and the watch will still sit comfortable on your wrist. The case of the watch is the classic Oyster case with polished bezel and polished sides. While the top surface is brushed. The watch also features a screw-down caseback and screw-down crown for 100 meters of water resistance. The crystal is a scratch-resistant sapphire. Bracelet, case and crown are made from the famous Rolex Oyster steel for a high corrosion resistance. Inside the watch we find the caliber 3230, which is an in-house Rolex movement, and you can say it's the workhorse of the Rolex movements lineup. The caliber runs super precise at -2 to +2 seconds a day, is highly shock resistant due to the Paraflex shock absorbers, and has a paramagnetic blue hairspring for magnetic resistance. The functions of this caliber are hour, minute and seconds hand, and a second stop for precise time setting. The power reserve is 70 hours and it winds via a bidirectional rotor. A beautiful movement with an amazing finishing all the way through. Even parts you can't see are manufactured to perfection without any cost cutting. Setting the watch is for obvious reasons very easy. You unscrew the crown, give the watch a good wind, pull the crown out one more time, and then you can set the time. Afterwards, push the crown all the way back in and screw it down. Done. The watch is set and water resistant again. The highlight of the watch is of course the striking coral red colored dial. These new very hard to get dials took the watch community by surprise, as those dials refer back to the former highly collectible Stella dials. The vibrant red really pops and gives a beautiful contrast to the applied white gold indices, the white gold hands and the thick black dots for the hour and minute markers. Time for a wrist shot indoor under artificial light and a wrist shot under the sun. A loom shot, and now it is time for the watch score. The dimensions of the watch are overall really good for medium wrist. The vibrant coral red dial lets the watch pop in all kinds of situations, so a 36mm size fits the watch very well. The case comes with a beautiful finishing and interesting shapes, but doesn't feature any outstanding functions like a Submariner does, for example. The movement is super precise, robust and has a great finishing, and of course the dial looks beautiful and is very rare. The bracelet sits comfortable on the wrist, feels sturdy and sporty. Together with the clasp, this is one of the best in the market. For the daily usage, this watch lacks a date complication and might pop a bit too much. It shines more at the weekend. For sportive usage, it won't be too bad either. Image, history, brand recognition are as good as it can be, and for a highly collectible super rare Rolex, the retail price of $5,800 is of course the best deal you can find in the luxury watch market or from the Rolex portfolio at the moment. These watches are trading at least twice the retail price and will probably not become cheaper in the future, as many of them, including the 36mm coral red, are already discontinued. All of that together gives the watch a total score of 80 out of 100, and by that it was an immediate buy for me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and review. Let me know what you think about the watch in the comments below. Do you agree on the watch score? Thank you for watching, stay healthy and bye bye.